Three, two, one. No, it's not iCarly. It's Jamielo. Welcome back to another retro review. And today we're going to be talking about the show. That's right. We're talking about the reboot of iCarly, which is not a reboot, it's more of a sequel series. And you know what? They did something that Disney could never do, aka Lizzie McGuire. They aged up the characters. You know, I know some people or some series, when they try to reboot it or whatever, they kind of just make them young again or whatever to kind of restart it to get a new audience. But they knew, Nickelodeon knew, that if they aged up their characters and they let us continue watching their lives, we would be back and we would spend more time watching the show iCarly. And I know this comparison is not lost on me. I am the real life iCarly, aka Jamiel. Because I have a web show that hopefully one day will take off. In the meantime, I am more than happy to continue working on what I love, which is making YouTube videos and talking about movies and shows. And that's why we're here, right? So, I think that there's always kind of like a risk when they bring back a show or they try to revive it because maybe not everyone's interested in it. I think there's a couple of times where I've seen like it was kind of big, but I don't know necessarily if it was considered big on TV, like the ratings. Like one show that was brought back several times, like 2 times I think, was Prison Break. I love the show, but I don't know. It wasn't as good in the later seasons when they brought it back as the original run. But I would say that iCarly is more on the good side. I think that they were smart enough to realize that a lot of the audience that they already have from the several years they were on TV were older. And, they want to kind of see the continued journey of Carly, of Spencer, Freddie. I think someone else who would have been good too is Sam because she was a big part of it. But, I think they had some issues or something. She couldn't come back. And that's something interesting too, because I've seen a lot of shows where they continue without one of their leads and then it sucks. One example of that would be like on 2.5 Men when Charlie Sheen left the show. I checked out. I mean, I know he's crazy and stuff like that. I don't discount that. But they couldn't bring that same magic that he had with John Cryer. So, it shows, sometimes people with a lot of talent are unstable. But, I'm glad they tried to continue it, even though it wasn't very good. For iCarly, I think they did a good job, honestly. Sam was a big part of it. She had a big energy and presence to it. She was great when she was on the show. But then now they added a couple of characters. I believe Freddie has a stepdaughter, and then they also have Carly have a roommate named Harper. And I think she does a good job to kind of play like that other lead, like the best friend role that Sam played for Carly in the early seasons, in the original run. So I really like that. I think that she has her own energy enough that it doesn't seem like they're trying to replace Sam in any way, to be honest with you. It kind of creates their own special dynamic. And then because of the fact that, the show is at this point like nostalgia bait, they're able to kind of, when they can, get like special cameos from the original run and do like different episodes and stuff like that. And then especially this last season, I really liked it a lot. I feel like it's definitely come into its own more in the season 2 and now season 3, where, now part of the story is like the relationship of Freddie and Carly. I was always kind of disappointed that they didn't get together, and I was kind of like taken out a little bit that he ended up with Sam. But, I really like this relationship and I want to see where it's going. So it's always fun. These are the kind of shows that I grew up watching. So to kind of see them as adults at the same time that I'm now, I don't want to reveal my age because it's bad, but I'm about to be 26. So I guess I'm somewhat similar in their age range of where they're doing the show, but I think they're supposed to be like in their early 30s or something. I'm actually now the same age as the characters in How I Met Your Mother. Do I live the same life as them? No, because New York is very different than what they showed in that show. But I did challenge myself a couple of years ago to literally watch the entire How I Met Your Mother in like a couple of months before I was 20, because, the show took place in their 20s. So I like to do stuff like that in my free time. Like I told you, I love movies, TV shows, and guess what? Video games too. So, it was really cool to kind of see the iCarly come back. I think something else that would have worked is to see Lizzie McGuire age up and kind of take those adult troubles and everything. But they did have their own spin-off show, How I Met Your Father. I'm not sure if I'll get around to reviewing that. It's kind of like iffy. That show for me, I was kind of into it, and then I was kind of not, and I go like in and out, to be honest with you. But it was essentially like an idea of like, you bring Lizzie McGuire into the world of How I Met Your Mother and stuff like that. But there were so many things that felt like either repeated or it wasn't that good, to be honest with you. And I might make a video in the future talking about how like the 2000s had a lot better shows that lasted, like that had lasting time. You know, like there were like 7, 8, 9 seasons, and then they finished. But still, that's still a long time of a lot of TV show, a lot of episodes in time. You know, I might make that in the future. But this is all about really iCarly, and I just kind of wanted to say I really like the show. I watched it today. Like literally today was my day off, and I didn't really do much. And I was trying to find something to watch, but there wasn't really much to watch. I ended up watching a new episode of iCarly, and I was like, maybe I should make an episode about this. I think that, to be honest with you, I really like this idea of me challenging myself to make a video every day, even though sometimes it feels a little bit kind of like draining because all I want to do is sleep. But I do like it because it kind of gives me more options to talk about more stuff, because, you know, I might watch something one day and then I have to think about like, when should I post it? But now with this challenge, I can literally post it the same day that I watch it. So it keeps a very fresh idea, fresh thoughts about it, you know? On what else can I say about Carly? I mean, I like it, to be honest with you. I'm entertained. I like the story, the sweet story about Carly and Freddie getting together. I was entertained with the, they still make jokes. I like Spencer a lot. I think that they still kind of have him more like a buffoon. I wish that they would try to kind of develop him more as a character, because he's very likable on the screen, you know, he's funny and stuff. But I think they should kind of try to go for something where, as viewers, we can actually get into it and watch his life, because I don't know much about him besides that now he's like uber rich or something from, I forgot what happened, but basically he became rich and that's why they still live in the same place and everything. I like it, but now I kind of want to see what's going on with his life more. I think they try to introduce a new plot in this episode about him like having 1 million kids or something, which, to be honest with you, is on brand for the character of Spencer, but I don't know. We'll see if they take it any further than that, or if it's just like a one episode joke, you know? I just wanted to say that. I really like the show, and I will continue watching the season. Thank you for watching, guys. Please remember, like the video. Let me know in the comment section below. Are you a fan of iCarly? Have you been watching the reboot? And what are your thoughts about sequel shows? Do you like it? Do you find that it's not as good as the original? Or sometimes have you seen that they actually surpassed the original? And don't forget to subscribe, because mañana there's going to be a new video. Yeah, I know I'm using Spanish, but guess what? It's part of my culture, man. So you're going to listen to a couple of Spanish words here and there. And eventually I will get back into videos enteros en español. Yo sé que no lo he hecho en mucho tiempo, pero pronto lo voy a hacer. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate every single 108 of you. That's right, you thought I didn't see that. I appreciate you, my 108th subscriber, and I will continue to make videos so you can all be entertained. Because remember the phrase, a video a day keeps my YouTube subscribers engaged. I almost forgot for a second. I'll see you mañana.